lawmakers continue to threaten the livelihood of transgender people and their families. Senate Bill 20 aimed to remove a requirement for school boards to adopt model policies protecting transgender and non-binary students.
LGBT students live in small communities as well. So for this reason, I am going to be voting against this legislation, against this proposal.
Opposition to this bill.
We too urge you to oppose this bill. The VDOE model policies help create a positive and affirming environment for all students. That shouldn't matter whether their student lives in Richmond City or in Southwest Virginia.
I am a former public school teacher in Virginia. I'm a current executive of Learning and Development. And most importantly, I'm a proud parent of 2 children in Virginia public schools, one of whom is transgender. I am in opposition to Senate Bill 20.
I am a transgender student of Hanover, and I oppose this bill.
Woo! I oppose this bill too. My name is Sarah Huber, and I oppose Senate Bill 20.
I ask you to oppose SB 20.
We are standing solidarity with everybody who's opposing this bill today.
I'm Catherine Lady from Richmond, Virginia, and I oppose this bill.
We strongly oppose Senate Bill 20.
We vehemently oppose this bill.
And in the House of Delegates, a bipartisan group of lawmakers defeated a similar bill that would have impacted protections for trans and non-binary students. In states across the country, including Virginia, policymakers are targeting transgender young people with bills that prevent student athletes from participating in the sports they love.
This bill just simply protects women's sports and the young women that are in the elementary, middle school, and high school level.
I just want to be clear on what your bill does, Senator Kiggins. And this is to prevent transgender individuals from participating in women's sports.
That's correct.
Transgender youth in Virginia want the opportunity to play sports for the same reason other young people do, to be a part of a team where they feel like they belong. Discriminatory efforts like these can make trans youth feel unwelcome on their teams, in their sports, and in their communities. But we have lawmakers who will stand up for transgender and non-binary youth.
I'll just share I've received over 462 emails in opposition to this bill, so it has received a lot of public interest.
I am in opposition to this bill.
And I oppose Senate Bill 766.
I ask you to oppose SB 766 because transgender children deserve to be able to play on a sports team that matches their gender identity.
And I oppose this bill.
We oppose this bill 100%.
We adopted our transgender policy in 2014. It mirrors the NCAA policy, and it has been working very effectively. And for those reasons, we oppose this bill.
A Virginia legislator introduced a bill that would restrict transgender students' access to school restrooms and other facilities. And despite the attacks, you showed up. You spoke up. You sent a message that transgender and non-binary youth belong in Virginia. You helped to defeat hate. And while we have so much to celebrate, our basic rights are still under attack.
Harold Shaw and Mary Townley, the couple whose case paved the way for same-sex marriage in Virginia, now feeling uneasy.
The whole world right now is just feeling a little more scary.
A Republican-led panel in the House of Delegates rejecting a push to remove a defunct ban on same-sex marriage from the state constitution, even though the same proposal got bipartisan support last year.
Will you take any steps to codify same-sex marriage in Virginia?
I believe that what the Supreme Court has done most recently is so consistent with what we know the Constitution stands for. This is what the Supreme Court has been so focused on. That's the law in Virginia, and therefore, as governor of Virginia, we protect same-sex marriage.
So limiting it in Virginia, as Florida did, yeah, that would be a good thing.
Thank you for everything you did to defeat hate during this year's General Assembly session. We have our work cut out for us next year, but we are not alone. You are not alone. Let's continue to work together and send a message that all LGBTQ+ people belong in Virginia.